So the last couple of days have been nothing short of dramatic for Lizzo because news broke that she and her company are facing a lawsuit from her former dancers. And when I tell you all the details of the lawsuit are MESSY. But then it looks like Lizzo is not about to be finessed by her dancers and she is sending a strong message across them to not mess with her. Is she really going to countersue? The internet was shocked when news surfaced that dancers working for the singer Lizzo have jointly filed a lawsuit accusing her of weight shaming, racism, abuse, and this is quite surprising because Lizzo has always been in the news as a champion for female ideas and views towards body positivity. This whole revelation has kept fans talking because this is so opposite to the personality Lizzo brands herself with. So, take a seat and let me take you through the whole story. So, Lizzo is currently being dragged after news reports emerged that she has been a bad boss, creating a hostile working environment for her staff, while she is seen as a media darling. It turns out that she is not the best of bosses to her staff, especially her dancers. 3 out of her former dancers sued her and her production company Big Girl Touring Inc. for allegedly body shaming, racism, and abuse. In the lawsuit, one of her dancers, whose name is Ariana Davis, revealed that Lizzo body shamed her. And this has come as quite a shock to fans because Lizzo has always been one of the leading faces for body positivity. This all started after it appeared that Ariana had supposedly added some weight and this did not go down well with Lizzo. She and her head choreographer and dance captain, Sherlyn Quigley, questioned Ariana's commitment to the job and pointed point blank that if she loved her job and wanted to continue working, she should work on her weight and fix up. Ariana alleged that this was said in a very demeaning, demoralizing, and illegal manner. Lizzo has been on the receiving end of body shaming and racism, so isn't this awkward that she is guilty of what she's fighting against?
People saying shit about me that just doesn't even make sense. It's fat phobic. It's racist and it's hurtful. If you don't like my music, cool. If you don't like Rumors the song, cool. But a lot of people don't like me because of the way I look.
Ariana accused Lizzo of firing her days after her meeting that consisted of Lizzo, her staff, and dancers. During the meeting, Lizzo allegedly accused the dancers of drinking and Ariana stood up and objected and straight up denied the allegations. In the lawsuit, Ariana claimed that Lizzo felt she undermined her powers and she made her tour manager fire her days after. Ariana revealed that she demanded an explanation and was told they needed to cut the budget, but she didn't buy this and felt like she was fired as a way of sending an aggressive message to the rest of the crew not to question Lizzo. The 2 other women involved in the lawsuit spoke about the not-so-comfy working conditions. The lawsuit named an example of an uncomfortable work experience to back up the claim abuse. All 3 former dancers sued her for SA and they revealed the incident happened when the whole crew was away in the Netherlands. Lizzo decided to take the crew out and to their surprise, it turned out to be a place they had not expected and what was supposed to be a normal night out for the crew was not. Lizzo took them to a live idol show in the Amsterdam red light district and the dancers claimed they were pretty uncomfortable. Things took a different turn when Lizzo dished out orders to the crew, but the details were not so pleasing. The dancers claimed that Lizzo forced her dancers to catch objects thrown from performers' private areas and also persuaded them to eat bananas hanging out from some of the performers' private parts. Going by official statements in the lawsuit, the dancers revealed that while at the show, the chant grew louder and more strident, demanding a visibly uncomfortable Ariana Davis to engage the performer. And Ariana said, "I was mortified." Crystal also backed Ariana up and said, "I just couldn't sit with the fact that this was happening behind the scenes. She's kind of contradicting everything she stands for." She revealed that Lizzo was aggressive and almost went physical on her after she disobeyed her instruction of touching one of the new dancers, which was crazy to think about. The lawsuit also claims that Lizzo's security was not let out of this and he too was instructed to perform some acts. While that night seems to be like one of those celebrity wild nights out, it was crazy because all of the acts were not consensual and the dancers and security were not briefed on where they were heading, but because of out of fear of losing their jobs, they simply obeyed her instructions. Ariana Ariana and Crystal said they were afraid to speak out earlier because they feared for their jobs. Ariana supposedly got fired for standing up to Lizzo, while Crystal was ultimately fired in a hotel lobby. While this news came as a shocker to fans, documentary filmmaker Sophia Nali Allison revealed that Lizzo treated her like trash while they were filming her documentary. She said, "I usually do not comment on anything pop culture related, but in 2019 I traveled a bit with Lizzo to be the director of a documentary. I walked away after about 2 weeks. I was treated with such disrespect by her. I witnessed how arrogant and kind and cruel she is. I was not protected and thrown into a messy situation with little support. My spirit said to run as fast as you effing can, and I'm grateful I trusted my gut. I felt gaslit and deeply hurt, but I've healed. Reading these reports make me realize how dangerous of a situation it was. This kind of abuse of power happens far too often. Much love and support to the dancers." Allison also said on social media that she has heard from others who also went through similar experiences with Lizzo. She said the star creates an extremely toxic and hostile working environment and undermines the work, labor, and authority of other black and brown women in the process. "Notice how the film ended up being directed by a cis white man," Allison wrote, before further calling Lizzo a narcissistic bully who has built a brand of lies. "I was excited to support and protect a black woman through the documentary process, but quickly learned her image and message was a curated facade," she continued. While the allegations are scandalous, Lizzo responded and issued a lengthy statement on her Instagram page addressing the allegations and denying them. She said, "These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. With passion comes hard work and high standards. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. I am not here to be looked at as a victim, but I also know that I am not the villain that people and the media have portrayed me to be these last few days. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight." And according to insiders, Lizzo is really mad at the three women for embarrassing her like this, and her PR team is in overdrive trying to handle the mess. But that's not all, because another source claims that Lizzo is in deep talks with her lawyers, and they are discussing the possibility of countersuing the three dancers. It's unclear what they will be suing for, but I think we can all agree that defamation is going to be pretty high on the list. This is what fans had to say about the scandal. "The fact that I've never once seen or heard Lizzo supporting other women, especially other female artists. I've only seen her literally sucking up hard to male artists in frankly very vulgar ways, but never her female peers. So no, I don't see any evidence that she respects other women. A high-calorie person calling another high-calorie person fat is comedy. And trust the victims, remember. I don't believe her at all. I don't even see her taking an ounce of accountability, yet alone an actual apology. She's over." But do you guys really think that Lizzo did all of this? Or do you think the dancers are trying to cash out? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you next time.